All right. Hello, everyone, to another video of AI. We're hard on AI right now. We're trying to consume as much information as possible. Actually, I recommend everyone to go and join the challenge that are on the Microsoft Learn site. They are really good because it gives you a good understanding of everything that's going on and actually give you some time to actually put in practice everything that you're reading with some practical exercise. So, but the video of today will be talking about the fork that Hoche did from the Semantic Kernel repo. Hoche, tell us about what is the goal here and the addition to XPO to the mix of the AI is and Semantic Kernel work.
Okay, so as well, everyone knows we like to do experiments here in the office. So basically, our goal is to integrate SAF and XPO with as many technologies as we can, because integration is what customers actually are looking for. And this is a really interesting project, Semantic Kernel. So the idea of making the fork is that first, this is experimental. So it's really difficult to handle there are some private assemblies, some internal assemblies that you cannot inherit or you cannot use it. So you need to do it in the source that they have. So the idea was to fork the source so we can have total control over it and then do our own extensions. And the extensions, I mean, ways to integrate with SAF and XPO. So in this case, for example, we have our own version of the connectors for XPO because the semantic kernel memory, you can use volatile memory, that's something like RAM. You can use some storage like Postgres and I think SQL Server, but there are not so many database providers supported. So, okay, like that's the specializations of XPO, right? So why not use XPO? And then you have like around 20 databases to integrate with semantic kernel memory. Then it's like, for what do you need semantic kernel memory? Is usually for RAG systems, which is retrieval augmented generation. So the idea is like, if you vectorize a document, you can have a chat with that document. Ask like, okay, explain me what this document is all about. So for that, you need the semantic kernel memory. And there are some things that are just too big to keep in volatile memory. You have to store it in the database. That's why we include the idea of using XPO. So right now, there is only like a kind of a simple integration. We will continue doing more integrations with XPO, more specialized ones. And also, since all of this is experimental, the NuGet IDs are private, owned by Microsoft. We cannot publish a NuGet for this. So in the repository, we also are publishing for everyone a specialized NuGet that you can use with XPO and semantic kernel to have semantic memory. So basically, it's for our own world, which is XPO and XAF. We want to make life easier for people that use the technologies that we love. So
Nice.
we will continue updating this as much as we can. That's basically the idea, Javier.
All right, so let's boil it down just for a second. So here is the list of database supported by semantic kernel. So if you see here, HY Series, Cosmo, Mongo, Postgres, SQLite, SQL Server, and so on. And we are expanding that with the XPO to use Firebird, MySQL, SAP HANA, Oracle, and so on. So if we take a look, and of course this repo, this fork is public, you can go there and play with it. But if we take a look inside, so we have this test memory, so we can actually test the MySQL connection. This is the one that I was playing with. And that's basically here, we're gonna add our NuGet package to MySQL, and right here we're gonna give for connection string and so on. So basically, if we run this and let's debug it, so stop. But in the meantime, we can take a look at everything that it's doing. Of course, it's gonna get our OpenAI test key, and we have it in environment variable. Then we'll get our embeddings service, and then just briefly before we take a look at that, you'll see that we are sending some information about what is my name, how do I work, where I have been living, and so we're giving them some context of who we are, and then we will go from there and ask, give them more information, and we're gonna split that into some embedded. So if you see, we stop here before we actually remove this because we save it as a string, load it in memory, do our processing, and then because this is a test, we just are cleaning up the database. But if we go to our database, to our MySQL database here, and we check our tables, you see this one is empty now. Let's close it out and we open. Then you will see here our metadata, and these are the keys that we have been passing: info one, info two, info three. So that's part of information that we're sending about the user using one collection that it will be about me, but it could be several collections with several part of information. And then you can take a look, of course, at the embedding that is just a lot of float random numbers there that the AI will know and will understand to actually grab information about that. Because remember, everything is, we send our prompt with our embeddings, everything together, so the AI have some context of what you're asking and can actually give you the best information. So with just that, we continue our test and in our output, test runner. It should show that everything passed, that connect to MySQL, that retrieve the embedding, and so on, so on. So we're just starting to test all the databases, but we go to all the other ones as well. You can read a bit more in Hodge's blog. You can read a bit more about it on my blog. And if not, just ask or send us a question to Joche, to Pedro, to myself, and we'll be happy to discuss. I also want to mention, because you know that I'm Azure biased, that in Azure or Inspire, in Azure AI Studio, you can see this type of proof of concept real fast when you want to like upload a PDF and start asking questions. Basically, you will be able to actually get your data right away, add new data source, select your upload file, and from that upload file you create an index, and from that index is the same type of embedding that it will be sent to the model, and just chat with your data right here, show it to your client, show the prototype. Actually, there is another
Immediately.
video that we did about the whole Azure AI Studio, so check that one also. And that's it. Anything that Pedro or Jose want to add?
Yeah, for me, I want to add that we are doing the official examples from Semantic Kernel from Microsoft. We are just making them XPO and XAF compatible.
Okay, perfect.
So basically, the idea is to bring everything that Microsoft is giving to us. Semantic Kernel is an amazing framework. Take a look to the repository, clone it, fork it, play with it. It's like um, it's yours to have. So also regarding this example that Javier is making about Azure AI Studio, this is something that will be the next step, especially because
Yes.
Developer Express released some AI controls, including a
Mhm.
chat control and some smart components. So the next step is to integrate and do something like this as an XAF module. So keep on tuned for that.
Yes,
Yeah,
perfect.
and play with it. If you see there is a new Blazor chat component that Jose was mentioning, and there is also a way to integrate AI capabilities in all the text editors, meaning that if you have a memo with a lot of information, you will be able to use, I think that maybe I pass it, you will be able to do a lot of, right here, summarize, shorten, proofread, explain, translate. So a lot of great things coming to
Yes.
all those editors. So, well, that would be all for this video. See you on the next one. And as always, Saf out.